It's never been so real for people who may have, if you have the late degree cardinal. Now, in particular, Libra, this is the time to reset in accordance to an intelligence system called love. It's a self-organizing system that is consciousness, conscious awareness. See, that word needs to be put in its place, but they do come hand in hand as far as awareness and consciousness. I mean, really, words are tricky. None of it is needed, unless you're lost, and we are, definitely. Some people can direct us by way of using words to point at other words, but really it's an experience, though. You cannot, see, people want to hear the sound of their own heart's wisdom. In fact, they must. See, and I didn't just say people want to hear what their mind knows. Nope. Because technically their minds can't now. No, I mean, sorry. We're still wondering what that word really means. Knowing versus knowledge. Those are two different things, diametrically opposite things, and now I realize this is a video that I'll put it in the middle of the month here just to fill up time on my YouTube. Very helpful information, by the way. We're going to keep hemming this as far as the sages, the cure, and the strange people we are, let alone the riddles that come out of our mouths. Our noses tend to float on round blankets of music in order to say what can't possibly be said, which is this moment now. You know, I mean, you can fill the delicacy up with some banter, and thank you, by the way, for doing that. If you're listening to this, you have actually filled it up with my banter, and I am honored. I am utterly humbled. I need to adjust myself a minute. Just excuse me. Oh my God. Well, pardon me. Um, yeah, you know, God. Well, you know, because I am a live playing musician. A live playing musician. So you would appreciate my live play, maybe. I mean, and it's like this now. I'm an Aries rising. I'm different for the Aries. If they start tooting their horn, it's because they realize you can't see them. They have made it up ahead a few notches, and you can't see what humanity is doing and pressing forward. That's what the organism. Its head is ruled by Aries. It says, "I've made it. Where? You'll have to follow the trail. Oh, ah! Take your bubble wrap off." Oh my God, are you actually afraid of that step? Take the step. You are living in fear. I see. Great. This is now not a horn, a freaking Viking horn, or whatever you call the pioneers. I don't know, babes, but we have images of the pioneer. Is it the pioneer? I don't know, but do they have a sword? Do they have something that maybe they have some kind of wand that's hitting the bramble away or something? I just assume. Come on, kids. Can you imagine with me? No? Where's Leo? Leos are usually watching. They're like, I dig your stuff. Yeah, baby. Now you. Uh-huh. Yeah. Why? Well, I have part of fortune in Leo. All of a sudden, this becomes something about me, and I was really talking, you know, really, the reason why I would toot my own horn is because exactly. It's been, long in isolation. Some people do know me, and that's from the past, and it's like, well, do you know the very nature of me, though? It's not the me that's frozen in time. Yes, it's a certain way that you don't ever want it to change, but it does turn into a mud pot and then reforms into something. You know that God, especially Aries, but all of the cardinal signs, but Aries in particular has been through, and it's what is called a protractor of dark nights of the soul, because of how we are really actually very sensitive people, and people don't realize this about the Aries. Extremely warm and sensitive, tons of patience. They say, well, you don't have any patience. Like, it's because, babes, by the time you notice that we don't have patience, it's because we are like Aquarius. I do associate Aries with Aquarius, and they do get along really well. Sometimes they get married. Is because well, Aquarius is humanitarian oriented. It's very much about the one hive mind, not the hive mind per se, but the scientific fact of our connection through the heart. Scientifics, babes. Through the heart, the science of it, the electromagnetic. That's what Aquarius points out as the electricity, that we are only receivers, and that's the science behind science, or something like that. You look at it. Astrology is pointing up. Aquarius rules astrology, no less. All of the high-minded tools that we would learn to advance ourselves into becoming what? Well, the human organism, Aries, has a hell of a potential. And that's what Aries is the human organism, and then there's humanity. So there's human and human. So I associate them both very, very closely. Aries, boy, you have to associate them with the whole entire zodiac sign, because if you cut Aries off, it just starts with Taurus, and then what do you have there? Boy, the story is kind of going that you have that pioneer first, and now I just got the image of a little sperm, the man is making its way, the pioneer. And there's this shimmering sphere, and it's got all this life to it, and you have to be really strong. That the truth is that, okay, now we're talking about something that's pretty gnarly, but like, okay, imagine it's the truth is it's poisonous all around it. The female aspect has a spermicide to begin with in the vagina. God, minute 10, you're lucky you hung on this long. Now it's getting. This is a Venus in Sagittarius square Saturn. She's so weird, right? Look at her, and it's trining my Aries rising. So when Venus trines your ascendant, it's like, take a picture. Amazing. You mean there's a difference? Yeah, there's certain days that you're just like. Did you notice the protractor? I'm getting it on video here, and a lot of people might be. They're like, it looked like one day they're ran over by a steamroller, and then the next day they're like popped up like a daisy, and it's like, what is happening? Well, we are alive. I'm alive. I'm alive. Getting back to the beautiful Venus and Sagittarius. It's the Venus and fire. I can't. We do not exclude them from the fire signs. The Sagittarius are the people that are, they say the most awkward thing, and they seem so rude. It's because they're so high-minded, to tell you the truth. There isn't any higher mind than the Sagittarius. I mean, before it starts spilling into, who knows what Capricorn's doing. It's interesting, like, what the hell does that represent? Oh, it represents kind of getting old into, you want to talk about real knowledge? Look into what the elderlies know. And that's what Capricorn points at, and to be human involves an exchange of energy, right? And then that's where we have money, but then we have a value system, right? This is what Earth holds for us, the Earth signs, and then Aquarius. This is what's strange, is that now we're moving into Aquarius, who says we're going to understand humanity even farther. The nature of reality, the science behind all the sciences, human beings themselves. I'm an Aquarius moon who says, and I'm about to wrap this up, and I'm going to post it on Sunday, because it seems like a good thing to post on Sunday. Although, It's a. I'm actually going to post it now because the Venus square Saturn is particularly interesting for women. I mean, comedians like me who would in Sagittarius would start being trying to be a comic with the fact that we're having a hard time with even our facial expressions. Um, Gemini is involved. You know, it opposes. If you want to look at what Sagittarius, it's the classic Gemini Sagittarius opposition. You know, they kind of mirror each other. Very highly educated people. Really, the information thing is going on, but Sagittarius has something for Gemini always. It's just that the early signs, like especially Aries, just if they can't adopt "I'm ignorant," then they're not going to be of any use to the rest of the zodiac sign at all. And you know that's saying it in the most divine way. It's like I just stay clear, and if I find something, will you come along with? You know, hello, brain. Where's brain at? Oh, um, Gemini is brain, and then Virgo is another brain, and then who else? Well, Aquarius is a sneaky. See, I say as an astrologer that Uranus, which is ruled by Aquarius, is the higher octave of Mercury, which rules the mind. See, you have the human mind, which is symbolized by Mercury, the mind in astrology, but then there's the higher mind, which is symbolized by Uranus. I know this for a fact that this is the truth. Um, because the Uranus points at Aquarius, and that rules all the science behind all sciences. And what we're talking about, when you look at it, you find electricity. Now we're starting to hone in on the creator, electricity. Everything is electrical. That's what Tesla has made sure that we know. It is God. Whatever that white light is, or whatever contains it within a space, that all of a sudden, if you fuck around with the ions, it's going to say, "Excuse me," and it creates a lightning bolt, and it closes back again, and it's like it's interdimensional, and there's a lot to say that is coming through electricity. No, are you watching this? What do you think is running it? Electricity. You are an electrical being. The entire, and even the sun, because electricity is hotter. That lightning bolt that comes from the ionosphere being a little bit imbalanced. And it goes back to a perfection of positive and negative charges, is lightning, is 400 trillion times hotter than the sun. Is nothing. The sun is nothing compared to this energy. And Tesla said this is what is holding all of the celestial bodies into place. I am God. And anyway, but where is it, though? See, I say, and I'm going to wrap this up now with my beautiful moon in Aquarius, that the universe is 100% human. Put an E on the end of that, too, folks, in case you get really afraid. This is to inform these people that are waiting for aliens to come around and stuff like this. The universe is 100% human, and I didn't just say that everybody looks the same on every planet. If, like I said in the beginning, the capability of the system, which now what is it? Well, Aquarius says that you are actually created by a creator, and it's much like a PC. You are programmable. You are interchangeable. You can have a fish's ass if we want you to. You can have a dog's ass. You can have a horse's ass. You know, the Avatar, and the Capricorn is the fishy looking one. And what about the two-headed creature? There they are. You know, there's Gemini over there. Ah, maybe. What about the creature? Now let's get back to what saves. What's at stake here, babes, is our generation. If you're listening to me now, the Libra generation, please, please go against your fear to express yourself, because who else is left? It's our generation. It's falling apart out there. Who's going to fucking stand up? Of course, look at it. It's obvious. And so then, what is it? Well, you see, we have this thing called love. Love that is self-organizing, perfect. It's musical. If you don't understand it, it's like music. there's a space in between notes. Music is created from putting space in between something. Notes. In between the tones, sorry. A quiet space. Boom, cha, boom, cha, boom, cha, boom, cha. See, one time my ear can play the silence, and I'm listening to what's left in the silence, and a really good musician is just pulling out of all that. It's a potent space. The measures. You see, this is very Libra. Scales, measures. If we don't bring this up and bring this into our perceptions, wake up! Because you are self-organizing. You do it selflessly. That's how it happens. It's capital S, self. Saying, excuse me, but there's already one in that slot, now put one in that slot. Excuse me, but there's already one in that slot, and that doesn't fit in that slot, you put it in this slot. That's self-organizing. A child and human beings have it against AI. AI is a synthetic form of the self-organizing systems that are possible through algorithmic play. How fucking stupid is humanity getting thinking that can do anything for us? Besides for being a perfect robot, and yes, give us the things we need. Keep it going. Stop hiring people to sort out strawberries and oranges. Just if you have something that says that, yes, this is biologically sound to be eaten, throw it aside, and that's what's good for AI, but you do not have them. People, human organisms, thinking that it can write a story for you, or paint a picture, or do anything like fucking play your own music for you, or even have sex. Woo! Talk about the orgy porgy and the like if you're gonna hook yourself up into stuff, it's like, no, I want to go to the planet that's doing more of an organic human thing, and you have to, unfortunately, I might have mentioned this in this 20-minute long video during Venus squaring Saturn, which is, it's Venus in Sagittarius, so I'm gonna print it come Sunday, in the middle of January, and I'm sorry, I'm going to keep refining the material about the cure to the disease that is the mind and or narcissism. It's ages old. There's an ages old war against knowing. It's interesting because whatever controls the organism's side, of which is the mind, into submission and fear of its own death, is very successful. And we are right now wondering, okay, but where is it? What is it? Is it a parasite getting in? Is it what is it? Is it just we are growing here and we are trying to figure out how to program ourselves? Is it the truth? Who's going to be the first one to rise up and say, yeah, that is the truth? Jesus, was that you? No, I'm the one who said you have to use money to work creation. Money is going to help you work creation. Really? Yeah, that's why they killed me. Because you were kind of against the illusion of like the mind, and maybe money was driving fear in it. No, yes. No, I love money. Oh. Well, I might be a little confused at this point. I'm going to get back with talk with Jesus over here. I'm going to stop it at 22:22, and yes, it's possible to end all of the confusion. Some people might have done it, and they're fine because the feeling is is priceless. You can't put a dime on the feeling of having reached the natural state that God intended for you, which is to be joyous, blissful, in a state of that release all the time. Of course, we're here up against something that wants all of that dead, but don't worry, you just got to keep imagining, because there's a place for us. Even you can become a kind of beacon who says, you know what? Not of this world, baby. Breathe. I mean, you can attain to the life of now, right now,